Hey everybody, this is Joe Zegovich here from the Sierra Club's Chickasaw group here in the greater Memphis area. I'm here to talk to you today about induction cooktops. Now, our goal is to move everything to electric and we want to do it with a clean source. And induction cooktops are one of those transitional pieces of equipment that improve not only efficiency, but we get greater performance. So let's take a look. Now, in the past, gas had been considered superior to an electric cooktop, and that's because you had greater control over the response from the heat. Well, that's all changed. Induction, which is source is still electric but just by a different means, is now preferred the choice of the chefs. Like gas, induction has a rapid response, but induction is much faster. Induction can boil water faster than any other method, period. Induction can boil a liter of water in under 3 minutes. I'll give you a demo. Okay, folks, I've just set up a pot of water. That is 1 liter of water, which is about 4¼ cups in US standards or equivalents. 1 liter of water. It's probably going to take around 3 minutes or so. I've got my stopwatch here all set up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this power on for the system. And I'm going to turn power boost on for this one. And now I'm going to hit start from my clock. And let's see how long it takes to boil some water. And we're just over a minute. And yeah, getting more density in our smaller bubbles. All right, we're seeing some more activity. Seeing excitation. So we're at 2 minutes and 10 seconds so far. And get ready to, I have to step back a little bit. My condensation is building up. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. And it's already boiling. It's just not a rapid boil. And 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And there it is. It started boiling. And it is at a rapid boil at 3 minutes, just before 3 minutes. All right, 2 minutes, 57 seconds. It's a rapid boil. You can't beat that. All right, I'm going to turn it off since I'm just consuming electrical power. And there's an example of how fast an induction cooktop can boil water. This is much faster than a gas, much, much better than a gas. And it's also better than the electric coil versions. So if you're in the market for a new cooktop, keep this in mind because this is the way to go. It's more efficient. It's very responsive. So as you adjust the levels, it's not like a heating coil where it takes a little while for it to slow down or it takes a little while for it to increase its heat level. This is instantaneous. This is as responsive as gas. Oh, by the way, you can also get them in ranges as well. So if you want to have the top of the range with an induction top, no problem there. Now compare that to gas, and we're talking maybe 8 minutes. If we compare it to a coiled element on an electric cooktop, then we're talking about 10, maybe even 11 minutes. So you can see a 50% reduction from gas in the amount of energy that's used because it's boiling water at a faster rate. So you can see right there, its performance is really good and saves the energy too. Now, induction is also safer. When having papers around your cooktop, and I have an example of this, they can get, if there's a gas cooktop, that paper can catch on fire. If you have a heating element, a coiled electric heating element, that can also catch on fire. That happened in my case. Somebody was using the cooktop. They thought they were turning on the right front burner. In fact, they were turning on the left front burner. There was some papers in close proximity. They caught on fire. And once the papers caught on fire, then we had to put it out. But it was controlled pretty fast, but it did some damage to the Formica top, as I'll illustrate to you. So could you imagine if that was, something more explosive or more explosive, or you didn't catch it right away? that could have led to the whole house going down or somebody getting killed. So for safety reasons, that would be one more positive step to go with induction. Another feature about induction is it's more efficient over gas, 50% more efficient and about 10% more efficient than electric. So you're going to save a lot of money just by using it over gas, one. And if you have an electric cooktop, you're going to save another 10%, which is, it's better, but it's not that significant of a change. But the other thing that's important about induction over gas and electric is that when you remove the pan, you remove the connection. There's no heat transfer, no induced heat at all. So when the pan is removed, no energy consumption. So if you happen to take that pan off because you didn't like the way it was cooking, or if you want to move or transition or stop it, you just remove it. No energy is being consumed. However, on a gas or electric, that's not the case unless you turn them off. And with gas, it'll be instantaneous, but with electric, that heat will still be there for a while, and that poses another safety issue. Now, Energy Star ratings are perfect for this induction type because one, they save energy and they give you greater performance. It's a win-win. Now, uh, Energy Star has liked this so much that they gave it its Emerging Technology Award for the year 2020 to 2021. So it's a new emerging technology that has actually been around for a while, but we're just starting to embrace it a little bit more, especially in the United States. In Europe, it's been used extensively in other parts of the world as well. Some things that need to be considered or you need to know about. One is that the pans, you might have heard people talk about, well, you need this special type of pan, and I'm not buying a whole bunch of new pans just for that cooktop. Well, no, 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 no. There's an element of truth to it, as with everything. There's one smidgen of truth, and then it gets exaggerated. The fact is that any metal pan that a magnet can be magnetized to its base or drawn to its base will work. You don't need to go out and buy a whole new set of pans. There are some types of metals where that won't work, and you will have to buy a new set of pans. But keep in mind that the greater the induction by the metals that will attract that heat better are also what chefs use, professional chefs use, in order to capture that heat better. So it's a win-win. So if you're looking for a pan or a pot that will work best in induction, it will be a pan that will be recognized as being a better pan to cook with by the leading chefs. So it'll be a win-win scenario, and it might cost a little bit more if you want that greater performance out of that pan. But any pan where you got a magnet and it magnetizes to the base, you're good to go. This is my new induction cooktop, and used to have a coiled heating element, an electric heating element system, and it was pretty cool. It was a Frigidaire model, and it had multiple variations where you could put in a barbecue grill, or you could go ahead and activate different sizes and mix and match. It was a pretty good system, but it was getting old and it was needing replacement. And since I'm into energy conservation, induction stovetops are the way to go. So let me go ahead and give you an overview of what this particular model's capabilities are. There's a whole bunch of different manufacturers of them. This one happens to be a Samsung. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn the power on. And then I'm going to go ahead and select a particular element to come on. And then I can use this rotating knob right here to adjust to a different level. And there's no heating, there's no transfer of power right now. You might feel a little bit of electromagnetic feel, but it's not an issue. All right, so there's no transfer of electricity right now, so there's no problems there. So it's safer in that respect. So that's a pretty good feature. I can turn that off, and I can also take this knob and move it to different locations. It's magnetically held in place. So for this one, I can just manually adjust by moving my finger along this ring to adjust to different levels. I can select power boost, which I'll do when I want to go ahead and boil some water. I can also turn that off, also control other elements as well from this one control pad. Uh, the nice thing about these elements is they have different sizes and different power settings. So the one in the center is the most powerful one. That's used for boiling large pots of water or large soups. On the right hand side and being in the aft end, that one here is the medium one. That's the one I'm going to use the most. And that's the one for like frying up eggs, making an omelet, things like that. And then in the back, there's a smaller one, and that's used for like maybe heating some water up for tea or cooking hard-boiled eggs or something like that, where you don't require a large surface. And then this is one of the reasons why I got this one, is because it offers me the capability or the flexibility of utilizing a pan that is designed for like pancakes. It's flat on the bottom and it's rectangular in shape as opposed to circular. And so it gives you that flexibility of using it like a grill almost, except that it'll be just induction. So this is a little bit of how it works. Costs. Now the costs are going to be higher, and it's not because the product is, just more pricey. It's simply because we just don't have the mass production. So here in the United States, it's not as plentiful, so therefore the costs are higher. It's a niche market. But once more and more people get on board with induction, you'll see those prices coming down again, because it's not because of it being rare earth metals or materials that are harder to come by, or greater labor intensity. No, this is just simply a new technology, just absorbing that the research and development costs and the mass production scale that we need to get to. Now, you don't have to invest all that money into an induction cooktop if you just want to get an idea of how it works. What you could do is spend $60, go on Amazon and get one of those single induction cooktops. And it's designed to be used when you're out camping, or if you're at these long stay hotels. You can get a cooker, a stovetop cooker, single pan, a single element, and it works at maybe at half the power of conventional induction elements on a conventional cooktop. But it'll give you a chance to see how that system works and see if it's right for you. I think you'll find that it will be more responsive than a traditional coil typed. Take that on camping, right? Oh my goodness, what a safety issue there. You turn off the power and that heating element is still scorching hot, could catch on fire with the leaves or other flammable objects. So this induction is great for portability and also in your home. So let's change the paradigm. Let's move away from those less efficient appliances and towards induction. Thank you. Have a great day.